All aboard
the Polar Express.
the toxic gossip train.
I didn't know where you were going with that.
Come on, bro. It's everywhere this week.
I'm going to say it. Have sex with a Scorpio.
I could glute bridge your dad.
I'm naked. Hold on. We will be flicking the beans to that.
But she's tatted and I take meth. Is somebody in your house right now?
But you know what? Fuck your ass.
Yeah, I had sex last night.
You can make your own money. You can literally have your own job of your dreams. You can own your own house. You can own your own car. You can pay all your fucking own bills. So what is that man? That man is sex and a best friend, and that's it.
I heard nothing but the truth.
Honestly, listen. I just avoid it.
Yeah.
I've just wanted to laugh recently. So, like, I know the drama.
That didn't make you laugh.
No. I know the drama. I know the tea. Because, like, my thing is, like, right now, I just want something that is actually going to, like, make me cackle.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm on. And I hate to say it, but I smoked, like, 3 nights this week just so I could, like, belly laugh. Because mentally, my brain feels like it's everywhere. Because I don't know. Like, recently, it's just been like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing? I'm like, I feel like I have no social life, but it's because I work during social hours. So I just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like all of it, which is like a good thing overall for me. Like, I'm in a way better place than I was the past 3 years. But still, like, then, so like when I have downtime, I'm just like, I want to laugh. I don't give a fuck about her singing to a ukulele.
Yeah.
But
okay, well, regardless of how you feel about it, I still think we should talk about it.
No, I'm not. No. Because actually this would be good because I don't know all of the tea about that. I know the gist.
Yeah. Were you a Miranda Sings person? I feel like we
Never.
were too old for that.
Never.
Like, I think we
that's the other part of why I don't necessarily care.
Yeah. So the only reason, like, I know who she is or, like, about her or anything is just because of people, like, associated with her.
Okay.
But, like, I never watched her content.
Like, I know who she is. Like, I've seen her before and stuff. But, yeah, like, I'm not.
Yeah.
I was never into it, which is, I guess, that's why I also just, like, didn't care about her, like, poor performance of an apology.
Yeah. So if you don't know what we're talking about, Colleen Behringer, a.k.a. Miranda Sings, this week was under a bunch of, like, heat for something that happened 3 years ago, but, like, for some reason, like, came to surface this past week. And essentially she is a 36-year-old woman who at the time was 33 and was messaging minors and DMing minors and inappropriate stuff. And, like, minors, I'm talking like 13 years old, and she sent a pair of her underwear to a 13-year-old boy's house. Like, it's, like, fucked up. And also she had people working for her who were fans that she wasn't paying.
I knew that. And I knew that she was, like, almost like sex trafficking, like, people, correct?
No. It was,
maybe I heard something
wrong. It was more of just, like,
it was like, well, they were, like, using children online.
Yeah, so she was basically just, like, I don't know. If you go back and, like, watch some of her old videos, like, as the character Miranda, there's, like, a bunch of instances that, like, rewatching now as, like, an adult, you're like, this is not cool. Like, she has a video with JoJo Siwa, and at the time JoJo was, like, probably 13 or 14, and they're doing, like dance stretches, and they do, like, a straddle stretch. And she, like, makes a comment about her vagina. Like, she calls her tootie. She's like, you're going to rip my tootie. And then JoJo's like, what's that? And she's like, my private parts between my legs. And JoJo's like, okay, anyways. And, like the 13-year-old's acting more mature than, like, her. And, like, anyway, she just does all this, like, super sus, weird behavior. And so this past week, she released a, quote, apology video. And it's, like, 10 minutes of her playing, like, 2 chords on a fucking ukulele and singing. And her apology, she never actually apologizes for anything. And she basically just gaslights all of her victims and is like, you guys made all this stuff up. There's no proof or whatever. And so all of these people, like, were like,
she's, like, nuts, though. Like, she's obviously not a sane person.
No, she's not. And then yesterday, it came out, like, official, like, evidence came out that she had shared her podcast co-host Trisha Paytas. She had shared her nudes with minors.
Oh,
unsolicited. Like, it was you shouldn't be texting minors in general.
Also, and sending somebody else's.
Yeah. And
that's like highly illegal.
Yes. And so Trisha is like a sex worker and she does like OnlyFans and like whatever. But the content that she was sending was content that was behind a paywall too. Mm-hmm. So like it was obviously you have to be 18 to like even access that content. And so Trisha was like really upset about it as well because Colleen had like they had filmed podcast episodes together and like Trisha had met Colleen's kid and like Colleen had met Trisha's baby and she was like they had been like kind of mutuals in the past but not like really friends. But then I guess after Trisha had her baby, Colleen like reached out because she had just had a kid too and she's like, oh, we can be mom friends. And Trisha was like, okay, cool, like whatever. And Trisha is like in her healing era right now. Mm-hmm. She really hasn't had any drama in like a year.
I feel like since she had her baby, like she's
grown like, up a lot. Yeah. And like
I don't think she cares about like the public eye as much.
Yeah.
Really that's all it was. Like she just did stuff for like to get attention. Yeah. And I don't think
also
that she cares.
She's very mentally ill.
Yeah.
And she's like actually dealing with it now. Mm-hmm. Where before she was not.
Yeah.
And Trisha's been through a lot, done a lot, but also has apologized for a lot. And her whole thing with Colleen was like, she was like, I can kind of relate to her in that because she didn't know really why Colleen had been canceled so much. And like at the time there was no proof of anything. So she was like, whatever. But anyway, so she had found out that Colleen had done that and asked Colleen basically was like, hey, I heard that you sent my fucking nudes to people unsolicited and to minors. Like, I just want to like, ask you before accusing you, like, is this true? And she's like, no, I didn't, like, whatever, it's a misunderstanding. And then I guess the Huffington Post like texted Trisha like yesterday or the day before and we're like, hey, we have proof and we're about to drop this story, so if you want to like make a comment or like tell your side, we're putting this out in like 24 hours.
Yeah. So
Trisha was like, what the fuck? And so anyways, there's all that tea with that. Colleen's a piece of shit. All of her victims have like come forward. Not all of them. I'm sure there's so many more. Mm-hmm. But a lot have come forward and like, given their statement and talked about like what they've had to go through with her. And she's being canceled again. But now that this Trisha thing has happened, like, and there's actual proof of it, like, she could be arrested. You know what I mean? Like,
no, because like, okay, so she already could be arrested because you're dealing with minors and anything with that is highly illegal.
Yeah.
Two, sending other people's nudes to other people or getting them like whatever, anything to do with like unless I send you my nudes, it's illegal.
Yeah.
Like, so yes, prison, jail time.
I think Trisha's whole like thing with that too is like, she's like, it's hard because she's like, I know I'm a sex worker. And so a lot of people are going to look at it and like, well, you already have this stuff out there. So what is it if somebody shares it? And she's like, but the thing is like, this was behind a paywall.
And it's in my discretion. Like no matter, and like, that's the thing. Like
I didn't consent to having people screenshot and send it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially at that level that she's sharing behind a paywall.
Yeah.
And also like, I know like a whole like OnlyFans thing is like, they're pretty like crazy about like their security of the OnlyFans creators too. Like screenshotting stuff. And I'm actually shocked that like you could still screenshot on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Because you can't even do that on Facetune.
I don't know if it was on OnlyFans or what the site was, where it came from.
Well, I don't know all the sites because I don't really look any of that up. But like,
me neither.
But also like, I'm assuming it's OnlyFans because she promotes that the most. I'm wondering like, okay, so because I feel like you can't actually screenshot or like screen record on OnlyFans. Like I'm pretty sure that there's like, it's like a blocked thing.
Yeah, but that whole community has such good cameras and shit. I'm sure they just had a camera sitting by the screen.
Right. But that's like makes it worse. Like you purposely like went out of your way, and not that it makes it any worse or any better that like you screenshot it or whatever, but like you full on set like a second camera up to like do that. And like I don't know if this is right or wrong, but like she had like watch parties for like Trisha's stuff, which is crazy.
And the thing was like this most recent incident was like only a couple of weeks ago that like she did this, but like yeah, before she would have like full on watch parties and like make comments about Trisha's body and be like, you want to see a whale squirt, and then sent it to like people, and then she's like, but I'm not talking about Trisha Paytas, like as a joke. And it's like,
the fuck?
And then to be like essentially like a business partner with that person and then look them in the face and be like, I didn't do that. Like, it's, you have to be like sick in the head to do all of that.
No.
And like, that was Trisha's point. She was like, in Trisha's video, I watched it today, like basically she was like, this is the first and last time I'm ever going to talk about this, because like me understanding like my mental illness, like I know like I get triggered really easily. And she's like, and that's what's in the past like sent me down all these spirals. And she's like, I'm talking about this once and then I'm done. And she was like, Colleen is not a human being to me anymore. Like, her name means nothing to me. Like, after this moment, I'm done. I have nothing to do with her, whatever. But she was like, as a sex worker, she's like, it's already hard being objectified and like all this other stuff. But she's like, but that doesn't mean I want people talking about my body on the internet. She's like, it's so disgusting to sit there and like see people who are like your peers commenting about like how gross you look,
there's
or
also
whatever.
Like one thing to like be really confident in yourself, no matter what your size, shape, color, anything. It's like to be really confident in yourself and like love who you are, and then to like go on the internet, and because also the internet has everything to say. Like, we've already found this out, even about us, and like for what?
I mean, I posted a video this week. It didn't even have anything besides like my chin to my forehead, and I still got comments about like just mean stuff about me.
Yeah, like,
and it's like, okay.
No, because everyone has a comment to say. So it's like, I mean, like, I can't imagine like putting yourself out there in that like
a very vulnerable state.
Yeah, in that like fashion, and then it's like,
yeah,
I don't know. I can't imagine.
Yeah, so I don't know. If you were I feel like our fans probably didn't watch Miranda Sings. You know what I mean?
I don't know. We got some 30-year-olds in the group.
No, but I'm saying like we're too old for Miranda Sings. Like, I feel like people watch Miranda Sings right now would be like 20. Like
really
18 to 20.
Really?
Yeah, because we were in high school when she was like popping off.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I feel like,
but her target demographic was like 10-year-olds. So we were like too old. You know what I mean?
I just remember her from like Vine.
Yeah, but before that, like, she was like a big, well, I don't know what Netflix has done, because she had a Netflix TV show.
I don't know that.
As Miranda.
I just knew that she, like, I remember her from Vine, and that's like all I remember her doing.
No, but I would say like people who watched her are like JoJo Siwa's age.
See,
because we were too old for her stuff, because her target demographic was like 10, 11, 13.
That's true, because I remember her in like the Jenna Marbles era, like almost.
Yeah.
Like that's how
we
was like.
We were like old enough to watch Jenna, but too old to watch her.
That's true.
Because it was like, why is she like acting like a 10-year-old?
Yeah,
like,
why is she?
This is cringy.
Yeah. With the fucking red lipstick. No.
Actually, I went to a high school with a girl who like really liked her, and it kind of like all makes sense. But she looks just like her. Like, it's freaking weird. And I don't know if she was her for Halloween or something, but like when she did the lipstick, I was like, oh, wow.
Makes sense.
Twins.
Makes sense.
Literally.
No, the whole situation, I mean, again, like, I didn't really get as deep into it. But
literally the only reason I did is because all of the people that I follow were like watching her apology video.
Yeah.
It was like, that's like, like Hassan posted, like, he was live when her video came out, so he reacted to it, but then I watched his reaction like cut up on YouTube. So I didn't actually watch her video, but I watched it through other people.
So like, but okay, so this is what the whole thing about me is everyone was hitting on like the Shein trip, right?
Yeah.
And then it went from like that to this real fucking quick. Let's not forget.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that these bitches literally flew across
and like, gaslit everybody into thinking that Shein is. Wait, can we talk about that girl who I sent you who got literal mercury poisoning from Shein glitter? Because I feel like we need to advise our people about that.
So yeah, Emily sent out a video the other day about, well, after we like recorded our podcast last week, we talked about like, the whole Shein thing and like,
and then TMG did. So just saying, did they watch our show or what?
I mean, like, Maybe.
Except Cody thought it was a skincare company.
So they didn't know. They didn't know. They should have asked Kelsey and Alina. But no. So she sent this TikTok to me about basically how this woman a couple years ago, she was trying to get like good at doing like nail art at home, and she bought like the foil like flakes to put in your nails. It was like a whole trend probably like 2-3 years ago to have like foiled flakes.
It's like the way chrome
nails.
is popular now, that was popular then.
Yeah. So like, and it almost looked like a marble in your nails. It was like kind of the vibe that you were going for.
It was like when that cracked nail trend was a thing.
Yeah, it was like right after that, because it was like, I'm too mature to have
kind
cracked.
of looked like that.
Yeah,
you know
I'm too mature to have cracked nails, so I got foil.
That was such a weird trend,
Such a weird era.
I had the Sally Hansen like crack.
No, we had the OPI. We made
yeah.
It was OPI. We made my mom go, and we got the black one. We got
black
the white
with,
one,
like the pink underneath.
Yes.
Like, I would do like blue or pink underneath.
Oh my god, every week, and that shit would just peel right the fuck
so
off.
stupid.
It was so bad. No, but it was like when you watched it happen though, you were like, whoa,
yeah, it's
science.
cracking.
It's science.
Cracking.
It was the coolest thing ever. But anyway, so this girl basically ended up like, her hands and arms like went numb. She was like
tingling. Like
they thought that she was gonna have like a heart attack, because like it was like symptoms of that. Like her brain, her like mouth, something happened with her mouth.
Yeah, she was like almost like hallucinating.
Yeah, like she was not well.
And they didn't know what it was though.
But it came back to the foils that she put on her nails, and she talked to Shein. Shein went and got it tested, and
they claimed they got it tested.
They got it tested, and there was like triple the amount of like mercury, triple the amount of like
9 times the like level of mercury and lead that are allowed in those types of products, but
because it wasn't for the mouth or like your face,
like
it was technically legal to
sell it as like a cosmetic item.
Yeah, because it wasn't for the face.
Yeah, like its intended use wasn't to be put like on the actual skin. It was like intended for the nail. But surprise to anybody who didn't know this, like it still can be absorbed. It literally into
absorbed into her into her body. So that was like a whole thing, and she started going off about like the whole rant then about Shein. And a big thing right now is that like all the influencers in their content are saying how they expected the facilities to be a certain way, or they expected to see this and
like to see like child labor, and I expected to see like sweatshops.
You went there knowing or having you being under the impression
that the worst case scenario, this is what I was going to see.
Exactly. And you still went.
Yeah.
That is what's crazy to me about the whole Shein thing. And like someone brought that up, and I was like, that is so true. Because like honestly, like watching their content, it was more like just words to me, like that I was just like hearing. And I know that sounds crazy.
Buzzwords,
yeah. But like I know that sounds crazy, but I feel like everyone kind of watches content sometimes, and like you really skip over things that they say because you're just like,
yeah,
I don't know. Once you're like mindlessly scrolling, it doesn't matter,
right? Like things don't mean anything.
And then once people started like picking out like their wording, I was like, damn, like they really thought,
because their whole point was like, I went on this trip to feel good about working with this company.
Yes,
that's fucking weird.
No, if you have to feel, you have to go on a trip to feel good about working with anybody.
Yeah, no,
no.
It's like. Your gut was right. Like you don't need to do all that. But I think another big like crazy part about that too is like the way that they talked about it was so clearly like a script that the company had like told them, hey, we need you to include like these specific sentences or whatever. So like the fact that they really thought that the viewer was going to think that felt real and genuine and feel better about buying from this company is just so crazy to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not like you're an investigative journalist who like went on this Shein trip, not as a brand trip, but individually, which surprise that Channel 4 did that and proved everything that you're saying is bullshit.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the crack of like influencers is like happening through brand trips, through like more transparency, because this is like this past year is like the first year that brands are making trips for influencers to like actually see the product
behind the scenes.
behind the scenes,
like the quote behind the scenes. Yeah,
but like not even just Shein. I mean, like Tarte is a big one for it too. And like, of course, they haven't gone to the facilities, but it's like the facade that Tarte is like.
But yeah, they're still having
and,
those
like,
big meetings where it's like, oh, our cosmetic scientists are gonna come explain to you how like things are made and whatever.
And they have to go to these seminars like in the beauty community, and like also following more people in the beauty community now, like seeing how like literally, I mean, we both love Monet. Every week she's somewhere else for another brand, and it's like it doesn't stop because it's now their new age of marketing, which is really interesting because like I feel like a couple years ago you never would have thought that this is like where marketing would be going. But like
my theory though with all of that is like I see this happening for like another like 9 months, and then I think brand trips are going to be like very, very little that we see, and it's going to all turn into influencers posting videos and stuff, but like not even mentioning like this company sent me this. It's all going to be so organic feeling because I think us as viewers are like tired, like we don't care to see
like
all
you
of this.
got paid to go
exactly, like I don't trust you anymore. So I think what the brands are realizing too is they're like, oh shit, like people don't want to see that we sent them this. So I think all this PR unboxing stuff is going to be dead, and it's going to be, hey, in order for this brand deal we need you to organic, like you know how Bloom does that really well.
Oh, they get you.
Yeah, because like in their like brand deals with their influencers, they don't tell them like, hey, I need you to talk about the Bloom greens. They're just like, just use it in the video. Because people got annoyed with them having to like say it. And so but it's so genius. And like,
because I get sucked into those videos every time. There's also another one that's not Bloom. It's like a shower gel or something. Like this girl like opens up her shower and it gets me every fucking time. Yeah. And I don't even know what the product is because I end up scrolling because I'm like, oh, fuck, it's an ad.
But I think what they're going to start doing with all these influencers is it's going to be like, hey, we're going to send you like a written document of what we want you to do in the video, but we don't want you to like really do anything. Like it's all going to be like,
honestly, for people it's like more like product placement. Like me seeing that like you use X, Y, or Z, or like because you genuinely love this product is two separate things than you being like, hey guys, they sent me this, I got a paycheck and a box of free products.
Exactly. So, or my favorite is when they get sent so much stuff that they have to do a giveaway, and it's like, so you don't really like it that much.
Well, it's not even about like it's not even about that. It's like the fact that brand could send you that much stuff,
it's
and
so
then
wasteful.
And then for one person to go buy one of those items
$25
like
for like
minimum,
a lip gloss.
Minimum, like that's what's crazy to me. Like, is that they can?
It's clearly not worth it. Like,
yes,
it's
they can send all that product for free.
Yeah, that it's not worth that price.
No, because I mean, like even if you look at Brianna Chicken Fries, because she's very like vocal about like the amount of PR that she gets, and just like doesn't open or throws away or gives to other people, and like she's like, I feel like wasteful, but like and also this like one girl that I used to be friends with, she gets PR, and she like has been recently talking about how she like is telling people like, do not send me anything. I it's wasteful. It is so wasteful. Like send it to somebody else who like wants it or needs it.
Even like the packaging on especially like PR
they've gotten
stuff.
outrageous. Like the new, okay, so this is just like the freshest like influencer PR package in my brain is Hailey Bieber just came out with like a milky glaze, and she sent it to all like the influencers in almost like a old like milk carton that's like road down the side, and then it was like the product was in the middle, and then underneath she had like custom made cookies.
Well, remember when Kim Kardashian released her fragrances and she would send them in a giant box, and then in the box would be covered with candy, and then in the candy would be a giant like chocolate heart that you would have to like break open, and so it was just like plastic mixed with food, but like obviously people aren't going to eat that candy because it's just like loose in a cardboard box.
Also, to like
and so like it's so wasteful. Like, oh my god, it's like, and then I love how people are like, but just recycle and that's going to save the planet. I'm like, no, what's going to save the planet is all these giant ass corporations like cutting back on all this bullshit.
Yeah, because even it was also
stop putting it on us. It's not our responsibility. We can't make it that big of a difference. Like if you at home are doing your like composting, good for you, but like that's not going to help the ozone layer. Like KKW Beauty or whatever, it needs to stop doing X, Y, and Z.
Well, all the packaging. Influencers, like all of their like PR things, like for a minute, it was a whole thing about like driving to like other people's houses, like celebrities, influencers, whatever, and like showing up at their door with like a big van that had like the thing on the side and like surprising them to make a video and like to hand them this like big ginormous box
So
of
stupid.
like it was like a whole thing like
stupid.
I know David did it for like his pizza, like he drove
I
around
was about to
giving
say
pizzas
that's
out.
giving like Mr. B / David Dobrik
Yeah,
vibes.
but they all did that
Yeah,
for
yeah,
a minute. Like at one moment, like I mean David for sure has like started it in my opinion from what I've seen, but like him and then like it trickled down from there. Like everyone would just drive to each other's houses and like do these big PR stunts with a package and whatever. And like, okay, the only one I could, I guess, understand is like when he came out with his pizza and like driving around giving pizza to people because like it's not as wasteful.
Delivery.
Yeah, delivery. It's not as wasteful because it's
Yeah.
pizza. You're gonna fucking eat it.
Yeah.
And also like what else do you give?
Right.
You have pizza. It's not
Right.
like a product, but like I don't know.
But
the
like
rest
to
of
send a
them-
giant box that has like 4 lip glosses
well,
in
like so
is crazy.
Zane and Heath, who used to be a part of the Vlog Squad, they came out with a coffee company called Cremota. And when they came out with it, they got a huge truck that had like a billboard on the truck. And then they would go to each of the people's houses and they almost had like a song and dance like to do. They had like this big PR package with a Keurig,
Yeah.
K-cups, regular things,
Also-
a Cremota coffee
Yeah.
cup, like a Keurig?
Also, the
Relax.
thing about all of that too is like your rich friends and like all these rich people, they don't need any of that.
No.
Like also they don't. I'm sorry, but like rich people are not gonna use a fucking Keurig. Like they're gonna have like.
Oh, they already and they had like the small. It was like the small one too.
Yeah,
so,
it's like nobody wants that. Like that's what I had in like a dorm room.
yeah.
And these people are worth millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. They're not gonna want that.
They have the huge, massive, like $13,000 espresso bar.
maker.
Like,
yeah, that they don't
what?
even use that.
Yeah.
Like they just order like DoorDash Starbucks every day.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I
for
mean?
me that'd be heaven.
Exactly, but like it's just like that's another crazy thing too. Is it's like all of this waste to people who can never use all of it. Like there's no way. Like I was thinking, this will kind of segue us into like the Michaela thing, but like I was thinking like. She has so much shit because companies send her stuff all the time and it's like she constantly has to do giveaways and like give stuff away because it's like especially with makeup something that has an expiration date like
Okay, so
you can't have it for like longer than a year before
this is
you
how
gotta
I
get rid
think
of
about
it.
this. So I used to do Ipsy like a couple of years ago. I feel like a lot of people, especially like at
that
our
was
age,
big in college
and like
yeah,
all of
end
our,
of high school
I
like, into
guarantee a lot
college.
of our listeners are like, damn, I used to have Ipsy because everyone has the fucking bags. Like you know, everyone has those bags, and I mean, for $10 a month, yeah, in college, like perfect. Send me new makeup.
Right. When you're like in that era of like, I want to try all this like
Yeah.
new stuff, but I don't really have the money to like go out and buy it at Sephora.
Exactly. So $10 are gonna send you samples and whatever.
Yeah.
There's like a ton of stuff I love from it, a ton of stuff I hate from it, whatever. But like, I even got to the point where, and like me not even being an influencer and paying for this stuff, I had a bucket of just stuff that I never used, and it just like. I'd get it each month and dump it over there.
Right.
And like, not that it was like bad stuff. I'm sure like a lot of, honestly, like, there was like Anastasia pencils in there. Now, like knowing what it is, I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, why did I not use that? But like, I had like milk products, like good stuff. But like,
One person doesn't need all of it.
it was so much in travel sized form. I personally couldn't use it. I started giving it away.
Yeah.
And like, that's when I worked at the Y. And like I would take it there and like let the little girls like take stuff home and whatever. But like I'm saying that as like not even being an influencer and paying,
you bought it.
Yeah, and paying for it.
Literally.
How like wasteful it was, and I
Yeah.
realized how wasteful it was at some point. I cannot imagine. And they have full size products. I cannot imagine how
And,
much
like,
they have.
Every shade of every like lip
Everything.
gloss that came out in that
I mean, when
line.
like the Mario like new lip gloss stuff came out,
Oh, yeah.
he sent like 6 of them, and then Kylie Jenner just came out with like a very
I
similar.
saw like the lip balm thing.
Yeah, and like all different shades too, and like because Michaela had them too. I think it was like 5 different shades, and she
Yeah.
got them all. And like she's like, I love the Mario one, holding them all full sticks.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and it's like the thing is, she's gonna use it once, because at the end of the day, we like what we like.
yes,
So like,
well, she's gonna use it once, and this is the hard part about her
she
is
can't
that
give it away after she uses it either.
no, but also she's gonna use it once because not to her own fault. She got another brand deal that came in with the same fucking shit that
Right.
she's gonna try that, and then the next bag is this. Like, I mean,
Right, because it's a trend. Like, it's like if one person's doing it, they're all doing it.
right? So
yeah.
it's like, I mean, it's to no fault of her own too, because like that could seriously be her favorite thing that she's ever used. But now she has to try 17 different ones because
Right.
they all came in.
Right.
So it's like,
It's just a bad a bad.
I mean, having to have her whole room be like dedicated to like just makeup.
Oh yeah, like she has like
crazy.
her own room for that. But it's like I feel like they all do at this point. Even like people who aren't actual beauty influencers, like just normal influencers who post any sort of get ready with me, whatever, are getting so much fucking shit. But like from every type of like product that you could be making.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, that's a great segue into Michaela's wedding.
Okay, so I have realized throughout my life, and like this is no new news, especially to the people listening and to you, but like I'm just a hater. Like, and I
say it again.
And the thing is, like,
say it again for the people in the back.
I'm a hater. And the thing is, like, I'm not hating on her at all. This is not about her. Like, my whole issue with the whole wedding, and also it's a quote issue. Who am I? You know, I'm nobody. Yeah. And so my opinion doesn't matter. But that's why I feel like I can talk about it, because the thing is,
that's why I brought it to my podcast that has a couple thousand listeners.
Yeah. So I'm literally no one, and I'm gonna
say my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. Because it's fucking 4th of July
and fuck America.
Yeah, and that's my right.
Yep.
You know. So but anyways.
But you're a woman, so do you have them?
True. I don't. I have more rights to say what I want than
to your body,
to my own body. So I better use this mouth, baby. What that mouth do? What that mouth do? It talks shit. Let me tell you. But anyway, so my thing is, I also am very picky about weddings because I myself don't really care to have a big wedding or whatever.
And I was gonna say, if you know us in general, the whole spectacle of a wedding is not our thing.
Yeah,
we both have realized throughout the years of seeing them, being a part of them, they're kind of like. Ugh.
Corny.
They're corny, yeah. Like everyone is the same. They're low key kind of boring.
Yeah.
And like
yeah. So my whole thing with this wedding is like the wedding itself, cool, whatever. I get if you are an influencer, you're gonna have influencer friends. It makes sense. Like obviously. But if it was my wedding, and that's just me, I would have made a rule that said, hey guys, I love you, and I know content is how you make your money. But the thing is, this is my wedding, and I want it to be about the moment. I want people to be enjoying the moment. I want you to be enjoying the moment. No phones. We're not making videos.
That happens. A lot of people are no phone wedding. Because also, they want to be the first to like leak their shit. They paid for it.
And her shit got leaked. Like the location of her wedding got leaked like a couple days before her actual wedding, because like one of her friends, I guess, posted a photo of the
invitation.
It was like the save the date, but it had the location on it. And I guess her friend was like salty because she got the save the date, but she never got a wedding invite. And she was like, all these influencers are invited, but I was invited, and I've been her friend for 10 years, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, I can see why you weren't invited, bitch, because that attitude is nasty.
Yeah, but also if you got to save the date and then didn't get a wedding invitation, that's weird.
Yeah, but also like clearly you're an attention whore if you went to like the
lengths
about
to do
it.
This. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like make your friend feel bad. Like, fuck you. But okay. The amount of fucking get ready with me for Michaela's wedding and then like vlogs of the wedding and like all this. I'm like, you're doing too much. This isn't a brand trip. Like this is her wedding.
Yeah.
You're
and then the whole like
about
elf Michaela like thing that I saw.
Well, she also like, it was because she like launched her lip color, and it was called like something to do with wedding. But like that had come out, and so it's like I get it, and also it's like you're gonna have gifts at a wedding if you're in that certain tax bracket. Like that's just how it is.
I mean, there's gifts regardless.
But it was weird with the like
elf.
Yeah, like the branding in the wedding. I was like, ugh, it's giving brand trip.
But also like I would understand why she would do it too, because I mean
they paid for it.
Yeah, and they're also having like this wedding so extravagant and so like whatever because of her and makeup.
Exactly.
So I get that.
It makes sense. And also like that's one less expense they didn't have to pay.
Yeah.
You know? So I get it. But at the same time, like it's like I have no hate on the wedding itself. It looked beautiful. Like she looked great. Cody looked great. Like they slayed the night away. But I was so pissed at all the people there. Like I hated that.
Yes.
And that's what bothered me, because I'm like, why am I seeing pictures from like James Charles before Michaela posted anything?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah. Yes. I agree. I thought the same thing. I also hated how people were like hating on Michaela for her choice of like allowing certain people to be there or not be there or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing, I feel like it got so blown out of proportion. I feel like anything she does, people hate on.
But also, like, it wouldn't have gotten blown out of proportion if people didn't fucking post content about it. And that was my whole argument is like, you guys are creating stress for her and her family and like all, because like
on something that was supposed to be like the most joyous day of her life.
Intimate. Like, I feel like weddings themselves are like, when it's a nobody, you know what I mean? Like if it were you and I to get married and let's say we had a huge wedding, it still wouldn't matter to the world. But because she had all of these people invited who like have these giant social followings and they posted about it being Michaela's wedding, I didn't like how they were monetizing off of somebody else's day. And that really bothered me. And I don't know why, like it just like, I don't know, like if I was in her position with also because she's a very like polarizing person, you either love her or you hate her.
How do you be her and tell, I guess essentially your friends who are coming to your wedding to not do what they do every single day for every single event, for every single dinner, for going to fucking Target? Like, how do you tell them, hey guys, don't?
The same way that any celebrity does that. The same way that like Justin Bieber didn't let people like take videos on their iPhones, be like, hey guys, I'm at Justin Bieber's wedding, here's everything.
No, that's what I'm saying. So I think like it either is like, hey, here's like a no phone bin, or like they have like storage lockers for their fucking phones.
Literally.
It's either like that, which is probably what they did at like Justin Bieber's wedding and like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Or you let them have their phones and it be normal. Because also the thing about Michaela is she hasn't been an influencer for that long. So I was actually surprised about how many influencers were invited. Because I feel like it was also supposed to, the way that it made me feel, I guess, like looking at it, of course it's going to be extravagant because of the money that they have and everything like that. But I still feel like it was supposed to be like an intimate, like family, like classic normal wedding. Not me as Michaela the influencer. And I think that that's what she was going for, and like the whole like letting people have their phones and like not really caring about that, because you were my wedding, you guys can have your phones, do I want you to have your phones out as I'm getting married? No, because I don't want to see your phone in my pictures. But after that, like whatever, you know. So I feel like it's kind of like same vibes. I really don't feel in her
mind she was like, well, I'm nobody, like it doesn't matter,
because I feel like she also doesn't feel, from the perception that I received from her, that she is who she is. Like, I feel like she still is like a very like down to earth, homey, nice like person, and like her and Cody like live their life, and like, because also where she lives, like she doesn't live in LA. She doesn't live.
She's kind of out of the scene of
so that's why I feel like it was like she did it out of like innocently, just like, this is my wedding. You know, and because I don't think it necessarily comes down to her. I think it comes down to all the influencers that posted.
No, that's what I'm saying. And then also what's annoying about that is like they were the ones who like opened Pandora's box for like the general public to, and like, then they have all
made
opinion.
Like they all made videos afterwards,
being like standing up for her and being like, you guys don't even know her,
as they should. They should be standing up for her because they're the ones that made the mistake.
But also like, you're the leeches who like, also you guys all have so much fucking money and you have so many other things going on. Was that really necessary?
My thing is, I think it would have been okay to post, because like anybody else would post after the wedding has happened, or like in any other life, right? Like even like all their get ready with me and all of that, like you can batch your content for the next
day.
Like
a week later, but the day of is fucking crazy.
Like in real time.
That's what I'm saying. Like they were like posting, like literally James's video, he put that up the day of the wedding, like getting ready for the wedding. He's like, here we go. I'm like, bro. And like the rehearsal dinner and stuff, like people flew in the night before, they were posting content that day. And it's just like, I don't know, like that really bothered me. And I was like, and also maybe it's because like I'm at an age too where it's like I understand, like I can read the room with social media. No, but
here's the difference. You have actually lived in society and
as like a non-internet person.
Like you have a normal job. You've had multiple normal jobs. You've done like, and because we aren't even like making enough money off of this to like eat food for a day, but like I mean, that's just real. Like,
Yeah.
yes, do we get money from this now?
Yeah.
We do, but not like you and I could not even go to the grocery store and get sushi.
Yeah, no.
Like, be fucking for real. Like, it's like we literally couldn't.
Yeah.
So like, also we can't fathom that, whatever. But even from the outside going in, like, you've had a real job.
Yeah.
So like you understand like a different level of respect than those like than a James Charles,
Right.
who all he knows is this world.
Yeah.
All he knows is making content. All he knows is monetizing. He doesn't have that level of respect.
Yeah. Also, yeah, I think you're right. There's like no difference between, well, what's the difference of me taking a video of it than not?
Yes, because there's in their brain it doesn't matter.
Right.
And that's what's I think a huge difference is. And like I feel like it's the same way. I mean, you can tell, especially like now the industry that I'm working back in is like you can tell when someone's had a real job and when someone's only ever done this their entire life.
Yeah, with how they treat other people too.
Yeah, because it's just like they have no concept of actual reality of what the real world is like.
Like the working world.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think that that's like the biggest difference. Is
You're
like,
right. You're totally right, because it's like also like all the people there who I had. I mean, there were some grown folk there that were acting like fucking fools, but the majority were younger people who have like never held like a real job, or like I don't know, because it's like also a part of it is like her family was there and like her friends were there who are like non-influencers and like non-internet people, and you're like videoing them. Like it just felt really weird to me.
See, I feel like it's a weird balance. Like especially like her stage, like she's so blown up for her and her like whatever, but I feel like still she's so out of touch with the actual influencer world. So
and how like with how famous she actually is.
Right. So like I feel like it was like a weird fine line for her of like, do I invite influencers because these are my friends now?
Right, exactly.
Or do I not? Because I don't know. I feel like it's like a really weird fine line. But again, I guess for me, I don't really want anybody. So, like,
I definitely don't want James Charles.
I mean, no, yeah. I mean, like, if there was one person to not make the list, it's him. But
hey guys, we are here at what's your name again? Emily's wedding.
And who's your husband?
Yeah. Oh wait, you're actually getting married to yourself? Oh my god, that's so camp. Love it. Get it, sister.
Yeah, no, like he would nightmare fuel my wedding.
Literally.
But I also feel like I don't really want anybody there. So I just can't relate, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's 4th of July today, you guys, and we laid out by the pool all morning long, and
with the biggest group of Americans.
So here's the thing. So my friend Madeline, who was on the show like a couple of weeks back, I mean, it's been a few months now, but
like 2, 3.
Yeah, she was on the show, and she actually just moved to Nashville this past week, and we went over to her pool. And she lives over in East Nashville. So, like, if you guys are familiar with Nashville at all, or East Nashville, East is definitely the most, like, progressive, artsy.
Like, hippie.
Yeah, like, it's, like, hasn't fully been gentrified yet.
It's grungy and cool.
Yeah.
But, like, it's cool to be grungy there.
Yeah.
It's giving Emma Chamberlain.
Yes.
Like, old Emma Chamberlain. Not Louis Vuitton Emma Chamberlain.
I was about to say, not the bouge Emma Chamberlain.
No, but it's giving like when she would thrift everything and it was like cool.
Yeah.
It was cool to do that and
the
have
beginning,
like sacks for bags.
In like the beginning of Chamberlain coffee.
Yeah, but that's like the vibes.
Yeah. And so we were like at her pool today, but it was so funny because I like look around and I was like, dude, I think, and me and Kellen, I was like, I think we're the only straight people here.
Legit.
It was like I'm just saying, if you are a member of the LGBTQ plus community and you are wanting to move to Nashville, move to East Nashville, man. That is the spot. Like the community
I literally looked around. I was
crazy.
like, it was probably like 90-10. 10
Yeah.
being straight, 90% LGBTQ.
Yeah.
And
but even the straight people were there, were still hanging out with gay people. You know what I mean?
Which isn't about, we were.
No, but that's what I'm saying. There was no just like groups of straights.
No, you're right. It wasn't. It was a whole mix. Men
it was so funny because me and Kellen kept looking around. We're like, is there any straight men here that we could like, you know?
We were like, okay, first of all, where are all the hot people? Because there's not hot men here. There was hot women. There was a ton of hot women.
God. All of the girls were hot.
All like I wouldn't say all, but a lot of them were hot.
82%.
Yeah, a lot of them were hot.
79 maybe.
But also, like, it was mostly women
Yeah.
as well. So that's also why I was, like, more comfortable and chill and relaxed. Like,
You're so right. Like, I think that's why I didn't feel so, like...
I didn't feel uncomfortable the whole time.
I didn't feel like I had to be small.
There was, like...
Like,
there were a couple guys, like, grilling, but they weren't, like... They were, like, broing out with themselves. They weren't trying to, like, bro out to, like, get the attention of women.
The toxic masculinity was literally at a 0.
Yeah, there was, like, one guy in a cowboy hat who was, like, doing the most. But
yeah, doing way too much.
But he was definitely, like, captain of fucking his fraternity. I don't
Yeah,
know if they
like...
have captains, president. I don't know.
Yeah.
But other than that, everyone else, Speedos, American flags. It was
Dude,
like, it was like a whole, like, rebellious against America.
It was very camp America. It was like, okay, we're gonna wear the American flag, but like ironically.
Yes, like that's what it was giving.
But dude, the amount of Speedos was crazy. I felt like I was in Europe.
You were like, this looks like Kellen's fucking swim team.
Literally, there was like a guy, and because Madeline was like, we were talking about like, I was like, dude, there's like no straight people here for like me and Kellen to like have some eye candy. Like,
no,
whatever.
None.
And then there was like a guy just, and Madeline goes, oh, well, you don't like that guy? And it was like this like small gay man in a Speedo.
You would call it a twink if you're in the
and then literally I looked at Madeline and I was like, well, I feel like that's every guy Kellen slept with in college.
And I turned around and I said, yep, actually, yep. So this is the thing. Not that I slept with gay men, because all the men that
I was just meant like a short guy in a Speedo.
Because Madeline was like, oh, so every man you slept with like turned gay. And I was like,
no.
Yeah. It's
only
that
like
they all
I'm
looked like this. They all had like abs, were tiny as fuck, and wore Speedos.
Little man.
Yeah, like it was
with a little Speedo.
Listen, I've always said, short king.
Yeah.
Here for him.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's why.
Maybe. I don't know, but
it was around.
It was just so funny. Yeah, it's probably true, honestly.
Yeah.
But it was just funny because I was like, wow. Like, honestly, like in Nashville, like I feel like as of the past like 3 years, it's definitely become more like, I don't know, like woke. Especially like, in like Davidson County, like I'm talking Nashville. You go outside of Nashville, shit's not woke.
Yeah,
like,
no. You have to be like in the city.
Yeah. But so it's like I feel like you see more like queer people and like it's more normalized. But here, honey, dude, it felt like Pride.
Oh, it was Pride 2.0.
Literally,
it was literally like
but
girls
like
like Pride fans, and like it was Pride 2.0 because we were then saying how like Emily's pool is like the cookout and like it's a totally different vibe.
And my pool is
it's
like
bro-y.
All toxic masculinity.
It is bro-y.
And like like the peen to V ratio is like it's a sausage fest.
It is like we are fighting for our lives in that pace. Like at some point, every single time we go to Emily's pool, we have to leave because it's like it's just too many men.
The ratio is so off.
But that's the thing. Like Emily was like, "Where's all the eye candy?" And I was like,
but I kind of love it.
I liked it because like, it was actually chill. It was like not people like splashing around trying to like be screaming and like whatever. Like the thing about like straight men is that they always have to be the loudest. They like act the gayest.
12, and they're like
12-year-old boys. But like here,
nobody was like splashing.
It was a party.
Fighting.
It was a party, but everyone was like just chilling, having a great time. Like it didn't matter. Like no, like you didn't feel weird. But like Emily's pool, she was like, I was like, where are the hot people? I was like, honestly, they're at Emily's pool because like they are hot.
Yeah, the men who would be attracted to us at least.
Yeah, the ones who actually like would try are there. And the ones that I would also probably find attractive are there.
Yeah.
Not that like all of them are.
Yeah,
but
no.
A better ratio for me.
Yeah. It was just so funny because I was like, man, I feel safe here, but at the same time, nobody here would sleep with me.
Oh. No, they would sleep with you, babes. They would sleep with you. Yep, They were trying. They were trying to fuck, but we weren't gonna fuck them. That's the difference. Every single one of them bitches would have fucked.
We're like, we're allies, but
I'm not licking your clit.
That's where it stops.
Like, I love you.
I'll support you.
Like, I love you for being you, but I'm not doing the most with you.
Yeah.
I'm not, like, don't ask. But for Madeline, babe, I love it for her.
Dude, I know she's set.
She just has to download Grindr and ping, 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 ping.
Is Grindr for women too?
I don't know. I feel like you could. I think there has to be something for women. Because like, I mean, if there is, that bitch doesn't have to leave her apartment complex.
She could just knock on her neighbor's door. And it's like 50-50 if it's a guy or a girl. And then if it doesn't matter.
They all had doormats, so they're girls.
True.
And they were like girly doormats. Like they're all girls.
Yeah, it's like, hope you brought wine.
Yeah, like welcome to Chili's.
Yeah, like watch the door. My cats are gonna run
All
out.
the Target. No, it was like literally all the Target. Actually, there was one like that. Something about cats.
Really?
Yeah, but there was like.
Meanwhile, my neighbors have one. It's like, hold on, I'm probably not wearing pants, and it's like, oh god.
Yeah, that's a boy.
It's a straight male.
Yeah. No, that's the difference. But it was like, it was cool. It was fun. But
Yeah.
honestly, I think it's going to rain tonight. And if you know something about Nashville, looks like it.
Yeah.
If you know something about Nashville, is they're actually known for their fireworks display
Yeah.
every 4th. So I don't know how that's going to go.
Also, can we just say, like, I'm sorry I have to say this, but like, not to be like a downer, because I'm really not trying to bring it down. But with all of the gun violence that we have in this country, I feel like something that sounds like guns firing maybe shouldn't happen. Because it's probably really triggering for people. I'm like, like, no bullshit. Like, I cannot imagine being like a survivor of like a school shooting or something and then hearing this.
Yeah,
like,
no.
imagine all those little kids this past year at that school.
Listen,
in Green Hills and like having to go to a fireworks show. I can't
but even
imagine
like
the
but also like
trauma.
living in East being like what
Me at my house the other day, I literally was like, I hear gunshots regularly, like from my apartment. If you live in any metropolitan area in the South, that's just normal.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a Tuesday night and there's like a little bit of a firing, you know, a 12-arm salute or whatever the fuck. And it was like a lot, like over and over and over. I was like, damn, it must be like initiation night because like there's more than usual. And then I realized, I was like, oh my God, it's like 4th of July weekend. But also, I feel like you get one day. You get the 4th. Before, after that, no.
I understand the night before the 4th. I get it because you're off the next day.
Right, yeah.
So that day and the 4th. But any like the 3rd and the 4th, that's all you.
People have been
fucking
doing
get.
it since like the 30th.
No, I know. Like it needs to stop.
Yeah.
It should be illegal.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it is. But you know,
You can literally walk into Walmart and buy a gun here. I don't think they really care about fireworks.
well, yeah, because I was gonna say they were doing them like literally like right out here, and I live in like it's all townhouses and apartments around me, and like they were doing it here. Like, come on, and like Leo was kind of scared.
Yeah.
Made
Well,
me
that's
feel
another
bad.
thing. Like, I feel bad for the dogs and the cats.
Like he wasn't scared of like the small ones, but like the ones that were like really loud. Like he actually was like. Meow.
Yeah.
And like Leo's not a hider, so
Yeah.
so he just got closer to me. He got more
Yeah,
suffocating.
you're like, okay.
Like love him, he's a king, but like
yeah.
the man does not know personal space.
It's because he's a man.
Yeah, that's what not Emily. Me and Madeline were talking about that. So Madeline has 2 cats, and like we were, I like went in to go see her cats because I like want to meet them,
Yeah.
and there was hiding,
Yeah.
and she was like, it's because they're girls, and I was like, Leo would never.
Mm-hmm.
Leo is a whore for attention.
Yeah.
Like if you're here and you have 2 working hands,
When you're here, your family. He has that Olive Garden mentality,
we don't like Olive Garden anymore.
but he still has that mentality.
I know. Actually, I can't wait for the Olive Garden to open up at Opry Mills. We should go to that one.
Dude, let's go to the opening launch day.
Say less.
Talk about PR that I want.
Say less.
Olive Garden, send us gift cards and the breadsticks because I know
And-
that shit is just frozen.
And
So can you
the
send them to me?
Italian dressing?
Dude? So the croutons.
The croutons. In fact, invite us over for dinner.
Can we be invited to the opening night?
Also, is there merch?
Yeah.
I want a shirt.
I want an apron
Eh.
because I love cooking in an apron, but I'm
Okay.
over my apron. So I would love an Olive Garden apron.
I want like a bottle. I want like
Mm.
I want like a shirt. I want like maybe like a headband.
Maybe a water bottle.
That's what I'm saying. A bottle. Like I want like a. Yeah, I don't know. Olive Garden, hook us up.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, I did leave a nasty review.
Yeah. Where was that Olive Garden? So we can
Mount
tell
Juliet.
people. Yeah. Don't go to the Mount Juliet Olive Garden.
Terrible.
Bad service.
Canceled.
The food was kind of mid too. Like it was not super hot.
No, but I could use a good Olive Garden night again.
Dude, it sounds amazing right now.
Yeah. No, when I have a plan. I can't just say it out loud, but I have a plan. It's not my career to ruin. Somebody else's, so I can't say it out loud.
In my career?
No.
Oh.
No one in this room. But anyway.
I'm
Thank you guys for-
scared. Colin's on a revenge arc.
I wish. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to another episode of Society 97. My name is Kelly K. You can find me at Kelly K on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.
And I'm Emily. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and Olive Garden. Don't forget my DMs are always open at Starnsy. You can also follow the podcast on Instagram as well. We're at society97.pod on the gram. We're on TikTok at society97pod, and you can send us DMs to either of those accounts.
We also have our YouTube channel, Society 97, where we post vlogs every single Tuesday and the video version of the podcast every single Friday. So make sure to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you don't miss anything over there. We have a lot of fun, so check it out. But anyway, we love you guys. See you later. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.